was okay. Did you ever see that? You know that one Pepsi commercial? Do you remember Mad Max? It was like where you like his like head would shake back and forth.
No,
it's like a '90s thing.
Nope.
Yeah, you were like 2. Forgot.
Yeah, I was 3.
You're 3. The anyways, like I think his name was like Max Hedron. So like if you could shake my like head back and forth really fast, then that would be like you're like and it was like prominent in a lot of like
a bobblehead.
No, nothing like a bobblehead. Nothing like a bobblehead. Anyways, sorry about that. Man.
What was it about? Like, what do you mean if you could shake my head back and forth? It had to have some context.
Well, what was the very first thing that you asked me?
Are you okay?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like,
got it.
In my mind, it was just this repetitive thing. Well, in one, I'm operating on just severe amounts of lack of sleep.
You sent me a video the other day, and I just want to point out right now that that's reigning true.
Which video is that?
It doesn't matter how tired you are. Your wife is always getting less sleep than you. Did you send that to me?
Yeah, I did. Well, the thing was, it's making fun of the fact that like no matter what I say, you're always going to get, I'm going
to be like, oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, I was up for 10 hours longer than you were.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the reality is
you're an amazing team player.
Typically, I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, which is I believe the daily recommended allowance of sleep because I need
the doctor.
Now, I also go to bed at like between 9 and 10 and then wake up 5 to 6. And so on a day where we get woken up in the middle of the night for a variety of different reasons.
We've had a lot of sleepless nights.
And the thing is that I can remember back to a year ago when we just didn't get sleep. Like it was like, yeah, we're operating on 4 hours of sleep a night, but we got used to it. It was part of our life.
Right.
Like there was
based on where we're at right now, we are not ready for the second child. Sleep deprivation wise.
No, not at all. Like there were days back in when I had a overseas team, I would literally go to bed, wake back up at midnight, 1 o'clock, and work for 2 hours.
Because it's like afternoon.
Because they're hours, and I wanted to kind of maximize that time. And they always thought it was crazy. Like no one in the U.S. stays up and works with us. And I'm like, yeah, well, they suck. I mean, I need to get stuff done. Of course, I responded to them and be like, yeah, well, everyone here, like everyone over there works our hours. So why aren't you working our hours? Right. Which our team because we have a physical office over there, that team works local hours here for the most part. They leave around 2 o'clock our time. We have a few people that stay till 5 to take care of emergencies and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's important when you have other offices to make sure that people are available when the work is being done, when the team is available to answer questions. Otherwise, you have like a day lag in everything you do. It's like half the team's on one time frame and half the team's on the other. That's impossible. So, but it was amazing. You had someone interview for a job the other day. I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or not, but it was like some person that interviewed for a job that wasn't the right fit. But you were like, oh, the job posting said the wrong thing. It's offered remote. But you were like, oh, I'm really sorry. I want this in person. And
we were recruiting for Fort Myers, Florida.
And the person actually showed up on time for the virtual interview. Yeah,
we had people in other countries, in Italy.
And you were like, what time is it where you are? And this girl was like, it's like 2 a.m. And it was like, oh my God.
I actually have one better than that. We literally have been advertising for an embroidery position.
Okay.
And this person's in Texas, and they interviewed.
You're like, you need to use the machine we have. What are you going to do?
It's like an on-site job. They're like, yeah, I'm not moving. I want to do the job. It's like, you're in Texas.
Well, it's like, what do you have, a needle and thread?
I don't know what they were doing. I guess they talked to Matt. And they were like, well, I have other things I could bring to the table. And it's like, okay. So basically you're an artist and when you're trying to get work,
like get remote and expand your position.
Fine for people with jobs and be like, oh, hey, I can prep your files and stuff.
Right.
And it's like,
not what you need.
Thanks for wasting my time, bro.
Anyway, we've had a lot happen.
We've been gone for a couple weeks.
Yeah. So mostly what?
Well, I was going to say mostly.
My fault?
Well, I was going to say
that. Which is crazy because it's not.
Well, then I thought about it for a second. I thought, well, actually, I think I left because my brother was getting promoted.
Correct. You were out of town.
So I did a surprise.
So it was not mostly my fault.
Okay, so it's 2 weeks, and I think you're the cause of one and I'm the cause of the other.
Well, technically, I'm the cause of neither. You went on vacation, then my mother went on vacation. I didn't get a vacation. I'm the only one who didn't get a vacation.
Right.
It's just my childcare was not available.
Okay. Then that stopped you?
Well, me and Abigail could have done the podcast.
That wouldn't have stopped Yoda, just so you know.
So you went to North Carolina and you surprised your brother.
Yes.
Who really and truly is just getting the most, he just did get the most incredible promotion, but he's about as high up as you can possibly go in the active military. Is that correct?
Yeah, in the enlisted route, he's a command sergeant major.
Green Beret.
The only
command
thing that
sergeant
he can get
major.
higher than that is like command sergeant major of the Army, which is like there's one job, right, for the whole
Like
year.
one person.
Like
yeah.
one person gets that, right?
Right.
So like, and at his level, I mean, like I said, he's worked 28 years of service.
It's incredible. It really is
Yeah.
what he's done. And
Yeah, super cool.
so his ceremony was taking place and his wife had messaged the family saying like, hey, if you guys can make it and
If you want to
surprise
surprise him, da da da.
And what's crazy is we looked at flights.
Yeah, and of course, right now the world's at war. Oil is being blocked.
It's insane.
All kinds of prices are going up. And we looked at airline tickets. It was like $900.
To go to Charlotte.
And I was going to fly for the day. And it was a direct flight.
And it's normally like
Direct flight.
$250. I mean,
Yeah.
on any given day. And so it was your mom actually that said
She booked directly to
Fayetteville.
through
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. So it was like, you know what?
So,
There's
like,
going to be a
one stop.
layover anyway.
And it was like $300.
And you could then fly out of Sarasota, which is 10 minutes down the road from our house, instead of
Right.
going to Tampa or
Yeah.
whatever. So it worked out. So you ended up booking the flight to go, which was awesome. And you had a great time. But it was funny because I was like, was he super surprised? Like,
Yeah, and you know what? When
And
we
what
saw
did
him,
you say?
he actually looked surprised and smiled, and he gave me like this really big hug.
Aw.
And I always tell people like who have never met my brother or anything like that, and they're like with me, they see me, and the best way I always tell people, I say, have you ever seen the movie Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because I'm Danny DeVito, and my brother's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
and I mean, I don't.
And
I don't-
he's like a foot taller than me, and he's
Yeah,
he's,
he definitely got
you
the
know,
height,
he's
which is
definitely got
so
the height.
crazy because Bree's got the height. Like a lot of the kids in
Yeah.
the family do have the
height.
height. Like the
Are you
Abbotts
saying
in
I'm
general.
short?
I didn't say anything.
Uncle
What I
Eddie's tall.
said, literally, almost every other person in your entire family has got really good height on them.
Yeah, and so I don't know what happened. I'm Danny DeVito.
When I say in your family, I mean the Abbotts. There are some people who married in who don't have height. Just really one in particular.
Sorry, Brad.
No, and me. But yeah,
Oh,
Brad
you're
too.
thinking you-
No,
I mean,
Brad. I was 100%
just
thinking of Brad.
Yeah, so
So
anyway,
anyway,
he compensates for his muscular physique, though.
what was that?
Well, I was like trying to like show like buffness.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, and he never wears a shirt, so it's
That's
like,
what I know. That's it's like
which
we
is
love him.
You've turned into
Brad.
Brad.
Well, actually, what was happening
Summer
is like,
Chris is turning into shirtless Brad, and I'm like,
as
we're
the
not gonna
summer's
do
been
this.
approaching and stuff on the weekends, I've just been walking around with no shirt on because
And I'm like,
because I can.
please, can we just get dressed and be normal?
But I want to pretend that I'm at the lake.
Well, you wanted to like the other day walk around downtown Sarasota shirtless, and I'm like, we're not those people. We cannot be those people here.
I did. First of all,
No.
I walked pretty far shirtless. Remember, I had it tucked in my
Was I with
my
you?
shorts. Yes,
I've
I'm
repressed.
trying to get. I'm trying to get a
I've
pre-tan.
repressed the memory.
I'm
already.
trying to get a pre-tan.
Anyway,
You're
by the way,
hilarious.
it's not that I don't love you, and I'm completely fine, with the no shirt thing. But I
will tell you
think in
a
public,
great example of some really good marketing. And when I'm watching like podcasts and videos on YouTube in the background, there's this ad, and this guy, he's like, if you make over $150,000 a year and you're not shredded and then I will get you exactly where you need to be, right? And so he says two important things. I mean, the marketing's insanely good. One, he's qualifying you. He's like, if you make $80,000, you don't deserve to be shredded. If you make over $150,000, you deserve to be shredded. And he's like, you need to reach out to me, right? So basically, everyone has disposable income. I mean, depending on their lifestyle, right? At that amount, they have disposable income. So people who are contacting
what
him
you're saying.
have money to
Have
pay
the
him.
money to pay it.
And then he goes through.
And he's kind of like, hey, you're successful in other areas of your life. You should be successful everywhere.
And he's sitting there and he's like, if you're not doing that, he's like, women out there, they want your wife's husband. Like, and he's like,
they want your wife's. Yeah, wait a second. Your wife's husband would be you.
Yeah.
Your wife's husband.
Your wife wants your friend's husband. I don't know.
Like your wife's going to cheat on you with your best friend?
No, he really is like,
don't get buff?
Yes, he's very much alluding to that.
Okay, well, he's very threatening.
But no, the advertising just works.
Lucky for you, you have no friends.
So. And I don't have 150. so we're good.
You're like, oh, I need a good-looking friend in order for my wife to leave me for that. So, no, we're good.
That's why I don't have friends.
No, stop. No, but so you went to North Carolina. You surprised your brother, but this was what was
I was
funny.
saying is that he acted surprised and excited that we were there. I think that was truly genuine. Then we go over to sit in our seats, and it clearly says,
your name.
It says my name. It says
on the
brother.
Seat.
It says brother. But the funniest thing was there was another seat. It said Captain Abbott on it, and then I thought, and it said, and underneath it said nephew, and I thought, wow, that's weird. They got it partly right, but it was my son.
Oh, of course,
it was Tyler, who's also a captain in the Army.
Funny,
and he's stationed there, so I got to see them as well.
Yeah, that was nice.
While I was there,
really nice.
But it threw me off guard.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I'm Captain Abbott. Like I'm Captain Abbott. I thought,
that's cool. You're
that's kind of nice. They gave me my title.
Yeah,
but
no,
really I had
nice.
2 rounds. It's like civilian.
Civilian.
Yeah. Brother,
you're not active. Yeah, they're like
it wasn't bolded.
Some dude.
Yeah, dude.
Same last name.
Yeah.
No, but you had a really good time. It was literally like a 24-hour trip.
Oh my gosh,
you flew in.
It was, and I got to fly with Mom.
Which she said she loved today.
Since I routed through Atlanta, I also booked us. I had them put our seats next to
together. Yeah.
And being a very astute person, I got us on the other side of the aisles from each other. So we weren't sitting next to each other, but we were across from each other, which was really nice. You have some space. 2 hours next to Mom could be intense. And she'd hit me probably. It's like flashbacks.
She wouldn't.
But what was funny is like we're talking about AI and the future, everything else, and I literally take a picture of her sitting in there, and she's like, "Could you see what I look like with blonde hair?" And so I'm like, and it's like, and I check it out. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that looks so good." She's like, "What if I was just like dark brown?" Dark brown. She's like, "Oh wow." She's like, "Could you get some of the wrinkles gone?" And so I'm like, and she's like that, and she's like, "Oh, that's probably too many wrinkles gone." I'm like, "Mom, you look like Mom. If this person was on the plane, they wouldn't walk off this plane single. Like that's how good it was looking."
Your mom is absolutely gorgeous. She looks great for her age, and she is actually someone who can, I would tell you, pull off any hat, any wig, anytime. Like
it's
she's
interesting,
fun.
like who becomes hat people later in life,
right?
And my mom has kind of adopted this hat look.
Did she never wear hats before? She looks great in like cowboy hats and.
No, I don't remember my mom wearing hats, but it was hard to see if she was wearing a hat when I was constantly in the spanking position.
Oh, stop.
So
you were backwards. Couldn't see. So you flew there and then you guys all went out to dinner together, which was really nice. But so I'm at home alone with the baby, which was completely fine. She's great. And you said, but
she's hardly a baby now. She's
a toddler. Okay, we have a toddler. So she, it's funny because people are like, how old is she? And I'm like,
and I'm still calculating the months. Like I feel
he's like the woman, and I'm like, she turned a year a while ago. Like she's a year until she's not a year. Like I don't know how many months. I couldn't even keep track of her months up to the year, let alone now.
It's so funny because like we talk about the fact that you are not the mom that positions your child with like the numbers that's like, hey, like I'm 1, I'm 2 months, 3 months.
Because it's become very trendy.
And I'm the one, and I'm like, here, hold up these 2 power tools. Okay, you're 2 months, 3 power tools, you're 2 months.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You've got a secret stash of a photo album somewhere where she's holding up the number of
power tools.
Oh, she's not.
Yeah.
But anyway, I never did the monthly pictures. And every mom who does commit to it, like by the time their kid's 11 months, they're like, one more month of an outfit and positioning this child and making this picture happen.
Theming. And we have some friends that have done some amazing photo shoots and stuff. And I enjoy doing it, but it's not our cup of tea. You
just literally said the words, I enjoy doing it, but you've never done it. Hardly take a picture of me and Abby. I have asked you how many times, can you please attempt to capture candid moments of me and my daughter? Because I have a bazillion pictures of you two.
Okay, first of all, you have a bazillion pictures of her.
Yes, I do.
A bazillion pictures of her.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
we were talking the other day that we could give it to AI.
No, I'm not even joking. The reason why you've waited so long in life to have children is because cameras did not have the storage capability for you to take as many pictures as you take.
That whole comment, so long in life to have children, I am perfectly of age.
I don't mean that in a negative light. I just mean like, I was trying to be funny.
The reason why you waited until you could have practically been a grandmother. No. So me and Abs are home and we get, you're in North Carolina and I get this picture. I'm so hungry, but like he's dead against DoorDash. It's like, we're going to pay $50 to get one, piece of lettuce and they're going to spit in your food. So I'm like, okay. And so
everyone knows they spit in your food.
And Abigail's going to bed and I wasn't hungry yet. So I hadn't picked up dinner. And so I'm at home starving and I'm sitting there going, you know what? It's frozen pizza for me tonight. Like that's all I got, And I was like, man, I'm screwed. And sometimes we have stuff in the house that I can be super creative with.
You're pretty good at whipping
not
something
this
together.
evening. And so I was like so annoyed that I'm going to have this frozen pizza. And I get this picture from you and it's like this huge plate that's got
like a
this
double bone
pork chop. And don't get me wrong, like the essentials of what was needed to make this a great dish, like they were there. They were there. But he sends me this picture and I am like, ugh.
I don't think that's cooked.
Pork looked so pale. And I'm at home and I'm not gonna be negative. You hate when people are negative. So I was like, looks delicious. And in my head I'm like, I
couldn't even cut into that thing.
It was so raw. So he messages me back like 5 minutes later, just had to send it back. It was raw. And I literally was like, could have told you that.
That from the picture.
From the picture.
And I actually, when you said that, I went back and looked at the picture. Because when I looked at it, I was like...
It's dark in the restaurant too, though. And so it's very dark restaurant.
Yeah.
And so I know where you were. But I was like, oh, maybe it's the lighting.
And I asked for it medium. He's like, well, we recommend it medium well. And I think the reason why they recommend it medium well is because it was such a thick cut.
Hold on. Any pork, medium well. In what world are you saying medium for pork? It's not a steak.
I know. But by the time by the time it rests there.
Medium well is just fine for pork.
Okay, well when we go out to the good pork restaurants.
Okay.
I say medium and it comes back with just that perfect level of pink in the middle.
It is nice
and it's
to have
like
pink.
It's a very light pink, like it's almost cooked through.
And that would be considered medium well.
Okay.
Anyway.
This wasn't even cooked.
So he had a raw piece of pork and I was like, oh gosh, I hope he didn't take a bite of it. But you came back the next day.
I had some whiskey sours and some other stuff.
And you had a good time.
And my brother treated us all, which was very nice.
Oh, that is really nice. I didn't know that.
And the thing was is that
it was his celebration. Someone should have treated him.
Well, here's the thing is that he gave his card to the the person who was also the bartender at the restaurant we were at. But I walked in and I saw him give the card. He's like, whatever happens, don't let anyone take it. And I was like, you know what?
I'm not going to argue.
I'm not going to argue. Your
family's
so
not
out
big
of his
on
way.
Arguing. I feel like we've had this conversation before where it's like if someone says they're going to pay, your family's just like, sweet.
Okay.
We're going to get a free meal. Yeah. They're like, oh, they like sit back and wait. They're like, ooh, did someone already give their card?
Your extended family.
My family's
it's like a cutthroat death-a-thon. Like it's literally.
Even when you think you have outsmarted, outlasted, and outwitted every other person at that table, somehow.
No, seriously, your
aunt
cousin,
or Brandon.
I was gonna say your cousin Brandon literally like ties up like
No,
waiter.
the chef is like tied up
They're
in the
like
back.
literally
Can't
tied
make
up,
any
and
more
he's just
meals.
like, if you refuse to run this card, I will slice you.
No, it's insane.
Like, that's what he
he's
does.
actually so friendly that it's like, and he's just charming that he never even has to be mean. My aunt is threatening. She's like, if you take that card, but Brandon's just like,
But they're all
"Hey,
going
man,
behind.
put it
Everyone,
on
it's
here."
so funny because it's like a few minutes into the meal, people are like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all doing the same thing.
Secretly go to the bartender.
And then what's crazy is that you make a pact with your server. Hey, here's my card. This is the card you're gonna run.
Right.
Da, da, da.
But then the server's holding on to
then
three cards.
Then your aunt comes up, right?
Yeah.
And she's like,
Don't
I
you-
don't give a shit if he gave you the card.
Oh,
Give
by
me
the way,
that card.
and we
now
all
the
already
person's
know-
scared to death,
I know.
right? Because they're like, oh my gosh, the other person was nice. This person's accosting.
Well, and it's like,
right?
whose card is
Then
whose?
they bring the card back to the person, and then that person's just like, oh, fuck, no.
But
Like,
imagine
now
being
they're
the
all-
waitress. They're like, they give back the card. My aunt comes up. She's like, I know my nephew gave you that credit card. Give me a card. You have a card that says Brandon? And then all of a sudden the waitress hands over the card. And then she's like, wait, did I just give a random woman some other guy's
It's like,
credit
it's
card?
like Brandon Smith, you know, who's down at the end of the bar.
You're like, lady, you can't
but that
do
person's
that.
so scared.
No, yeah, my
You know,
family's funny.
then you have people.
It's very thoughtful.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a little bit fun, and I will tell you, like, yeah, it's one of those things that it's kind of enjoyable to fight for that kind of thing sometimes, and then sometimes you're just kind of like you're looking around, you're like, what did everyone order?
Well, because my family does it now, it's like an expectation. I mean, my aunt fights for it, and so do I. But then, like, the women look at the husbands, like, go get the bill. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't mess
Well,
it up.
it's you know it's really funny. Speaking of like picking up bills and stuff, and we have some good friends. They had a birthday party, and then they picked this restaurant.
Ocean Prime.
Ocean Prime, which
Yeah.
is probably one of the most expensive restaurants in town. And you couldn't attend with me. And
I was
but he's my
babysitting.
friend. It's his birthday, and you were like, go, 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 go. So I went. Now I had no. I just figured. I actually looked at it and go, wow, I'm only going to spend half as much or a third as much as I normally would.
Because I'm not there, and I'm
Because
the
you're not
expensive
there,
one.
and you would probably have some wine. And some
no,
other things.
I wouldn't have been drinking. I was
you
pregnant
wouldn't
at
have
the
been drinking at the
time. Yeah.
time. But what's funny is that
They split it by couple.
then he's got like his other two best friends there, right?
And they're like-
we're going to totally split this. And now, and so there's three of us, right?
Well,
so
and
it's
you're
like
in a
him,
group, too, where
and then
it's
three
like,
guys,
keep
and
it
they
easy.
all like grew up together or something, went
Right.
to school together. I'm like the odd man out, the odd man friend. And so they're doing this, and now I'm on the spot, right? Like, and I have to make a split decision.
Well, and by the way, this is not like, yes, it's an expensive restaurant, but this is also the group of friends that like just doesn't want to worry about it and they want to try stuff. So you come to the table and they're like, we'll just have one of every appetizer. Just bring them over, put them on the table.
Right. And they're just like, yeah, we'll have we'll have
We'll get two bottles
which is this
of
one?
the $400
Okay, what's
yeah.
which one's more expensive? Oh, this
No,
one? Okay,
they're
we'll
not
try. No, I
like
know
that,
yeah, I know
but-
the price.
but one of them
But
is, like,
they're
a wine
drinking good
connoisseur,
wine.
yes.
They're drinking 3, 4, $500 bottles of wine.
Yes. So you're sitting there and they're just like, oh, do you just want to split it? We'll just split it and get it for them. And you're like, yeah.
Right. Well, no, they were like, hey, we'll split it. And they were like, you don't have to. But it's like, you guys aren't going to pay for me. It's not my birthday.
Right.
So where do I be like, hey, could you just
Excuse me,
take
sir.
the pork chop out and
Yeah.
the 2 whiskey sours?
I'll pay a tab for
I'll pay the $50.
and
then, and so I was just like, yeah, I'll just throw it in. And then I give him my card and I'm just like, please clear, please clear, please clear.
Oh, hilarious. But then we went to the golf event and they treated us to that. And he was just like, I owe you anyway. You gave your life savings just to take me out for my birthday,
It
which
wasn't
is
life saving.
very
It was kids' college fund, but you know.
But no, it was fun. And we've actually got a bunch of friends coming, them being one of them, to visit us at the lake for a weekend. So the lake is open. We have officially moved back into the lake, which has happened in the last couple of weeks. My aunt and uncle, they rent for the winter. They just went back after Easter.
They vacated the premises.
We were literally there like the day after they left, moved all of our clothes back in, got the baby room all set up. Like, we were good to go. And
First weekend, check.
yeah,
Awesome.
first weekend was amazing. We had a great time. All of our neighbors were there,
2 weeks
friends
ago.
we haven't seen in a while. And the weather was stunning, absolutely
Perfect weather.
beautiful. Abigail's obsessed with the lake. Like, she's having so much fun in the water this summer. It's great. We got
Her
our
little
little
floaty
pool
bathing
thing.
suit arrives today, by the way.
Oh, okay. And so then we went back. We moved in, 2 weeks went by, and we went back this past weekend.
2 weeks? Just 1 week went by.
Well, one weekend, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we
And
went back this
and
past
we decided
weekend.
to do something new, which was drive to the lake Thursday night when she goes to bed, so that we can be at the lake on Friday, work there, and then kind of roll right into the weekend.
Well, and part of it is Chris was taking the day off on Friday anyway, because if we were going to go on a Friday, we're driving at noon. It's Abigail's nap time.
Right. So I would actually lose work if we went during the day versus if we went the night before, then I could just work from the lake.
And so we're going to go. And normally when we drive on a Friday afternoon, there's traffic, the sun's in our eyes, it's hot, we're agitated, we're hungry, we're whatever. So we drive on Thursday and I'm like in the best mood. And I was like...
You were in the best mood. There was no traffic. Abs is sleeping.
And I was like, this is so nice. Like, we should
We're
always...
having a conversation.
I was like saying to you, like, you and I should always be in this good of a mood when we drive. And you were like, I am...
always in this good of a mood.
You were like, you're the only one that's different right now. And I'm like, well, this is very enjoyable.
You have like a meter in distance. So if like, it's like 0 to 10 and 10 is being like restless and... ornery, or what's the right word?
I don't know. Keep going, please.
The further we drive, this meter, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I don't like car rides. I'm really bad at travel. I don't mind airplanes. I don't mind. I can drink in an airport.
Because you can get there relatively quickly, and because we can have a cocktail and relax.
Nice. But so anyway, we're driving in the car, and lately Abigail's been hard to get down to bed. So like in our daily life, we're driving her around in the car and trying to get her down to sleep. And anyway, I was like, oh, wow, can you imagine? It's almost 9 o'clock. Like, she's been sleeping for a couple of hours. We'd still be driving around Sarasota right now trying to get her down. Like, and instead we're at the lake. Like, this worked out perfectly. It's amazing. And so we get there, and it was like, first things first, get the baby in bed, transfer her, and then then we party. Then party's relative. Then we fall asleep and watch TV, and but we don't have the kids, so yeah. But I was like, okay, put her down and we'll be golden. We open the door.
And get hit in the face with this smell.
It's this stench.
The stench of death.
I looked over in your direction and I said, first of all, you were in there before me. No comment. You made no comment.
No,
You brought the baby inside because she was already sitting inside and I was like grabbing my purse or something out of the car. Oh, I let Pepper pee. So I come in after you, and you're just standing there like normal.
No, I was evaluating whether there was a dead body somewhere.
Okay. So I looked straight at you, and I was like, Chris, there is a dead animal or something in here. I was like, that's horrendous.
It was bad.
It was so
bad. It was like getting hit in
bad.
the face with a 2x4.
And so he's like, exploring.
And it's dark, right? So like the lights are on.
And then you jumped.
Well, on the kitchen floor, there's a huge mat, and on the mat was this rat, and it's dark. I don't know if it's alive or dead.
Oh, it was so.
Because here's the thing: is like that could have been like food for like a wild animal that's in there.
Ugh.
That's ready to like attack me,
anyway,
or an alien.
I'm instantly out. So he jumps. I turn to see what he jumped at. There's a dead rat in the kitchen.
I turn the light on and go, okay, there's a dead rat. I keep walking through. I grab it on the mat and I'm like, and it was like hooked to like.
Stop.
Anyways, I got rid of it.
Hooked to what?
It was hooked to the
fabric.
The dishwashing mat.
Stop. Anyway, he.
And his tongue was like...
Stop it. No, it wasn't. Are you just saying stuff now? Ooh, stop. So nasty. Poor Maria.
It was like a Norwegian...
Poor every listener. They did not sign up for this.
If you could see the video.
What is wrong with you? So, anyway, I'm already outside. Me and Abigail. I took the baby outside, obviously, because I was like, oh my God, we have to get her out of here. It smells so bad. And you walk behind us and just casually toss this dead rat like 3 feet from us.
I just wanted to get away.
I was like, what are you doing?
I wanted it in a spot where I could maybe do some investigation later.
Oh my God. So now the dead rat's outside our place. But so the place smells terrible. And I'm like, absolutely not. We're not. Okay, Abigail's wide awake. Like at this point, she's up. We're like meandering around the parking lot.
And this has now started. Yes. This is
a
like
series of
unfortunate
events.
Right.
So Abigail's awake. The place smells. I'm demanding it gets cleaned. I want to go home. and I'm not sleeping there. Now you were like, it doesn't smell that bad in the bedrooms. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, there's airborne viruses we could get. Like this, I have a baby. I'm not sleeping in there. There's no way.
Yeah.
And so we stayed in our other unit for the night, which thankfully was available because we have two. One is ours and one we is ours, but we rent it. And so there could have been renters. There wasn't, thank the Lord. And we slept over there that night. But the front room doesn't have power. I mean, our poor renters.
We
there's
just
a
had
lot
the
of
power
problems
fixed there, and the power was out in the front room. So I'm pretty sure that they broke it when they fixed the other issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there was power. Clearly, out of everyone who's ever been there and stayed there, has never been like, hey, there's no power in the front room.
Right.
Like it very clearly was happened because of them.
Got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, I mean, there we are. With all the crap in the car, and we're like unloading it into this other unit. You're walking across the parking lot with this huge pack and play. We're like moving everything over.
Literally moving.
I need to like,
and I'm like irritated
He's
at
pissed.
this point because it's just like
Abigail woke up. I was like, oh, we'll take her
the
for
lake
another.
is like that place that we escape away from work. Like, I mean, I feel like I work a lot.
You do.
So like the lake is the one place where I can actually put it away.
It is. It's like our happy place. And we were so excited to get there on the Thursday night. We were in such a good mood. It was all going so well. And then boom, Abigail didn't go to sleep that night until 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like 4 car rides, Moana, like tears from me and Abigail, like many events later. She was finally sleeping. We went to bed and we were up at 6:30 in the morning, like letting the cleaners into the other place. Thank goodness.
I was up. Well, first of all, I cleaned that night.
Yeah, while I drove Abigail around.
Cloroxed everything down.
Yes.
Did as
Opened
much
all the
cleanup as I
windows.
can,
We aired
opened
the whole place
windows.
out.
I meant to get the fans out because we own some box fans that we can, flow through air. But I did all that the next morning. Then we hired cleaners to come in and do a deep clean.
The next day, I did all the dishes. I did all the
washed
sheets.
everything.
We did all the towel. It was like disgusting. And so everything got cleaned, but we certainly weren't like putting the boat in the water and like having a sunset cruise. Like it was not the weekend.
There was no relaxation of any point. Do we have a fire?
No.
No.
Which apparently the state of Florida, one of the neighbors there said, the state of Florida said no charcoal fires because the wildfires that have been happening.
Yeah, I mean, we're in such a little protected area. I don't think here's
all
the
I'm
thing.
saying
Someone's
is we followed the law. Somebody else had
Heidi
a fire.
had a fire. First of all, when I watched
gonna
Heidi, when I was watching her kind of get everything ready, I was like, I mean, she must be just pour gasoline. I don't know how this woman's going to
start that fire.
Yeah.
But you're a pro.
And then, I know, but I almost was going to ask her, like, hey, if you need help. And I thought,
no. We've had too much going on. Plus, you were in bed before they even started that fire that night.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we ended up having a good
old
weekend.
Ladies with these little carts dragging things
Bree
around.
and Caleb came down to visit us, which was so nice.
Very nice.
And they had a job fair. And
Caleb's going to get another job.
News to me, they're moving down here on May 28th, which you apparently already knew. He is, speaking of working really hard, he has a hard time paying attention to the messages and information that's like trickling into his brain and doesn't trickle out the other side.
Well, here's the thing that I understand or that I believe to be true is I know that they were planning to move. I know that they
so did I.
I know that they had found a place, and I knew that place got canceled, that it got taken or whatever. Then I thought they were going to sign a new lease, but they were kind of come look and do a tour of it, right?
So you thought they were going to look first,
and
when
then
in fact
she did message. In looking back in the text, she's like, "Hey, we signed a lease," but I mean, she hadn't even seen it or anything. So in my mind, it was just kind of like more like.
No, it was real.
Universe.
Anyway, we're super excited. They're coming in 3 weeks. You're going to go help them move in. And I was like over the moon finding this information out because first of all, he's saying he knew all of this. He was like, I think they're looking at a place on Fruitville and 75 today. It like wasn't even close to the area you were saying.
I'm pretty sure they were looking at that one though.
No, they went and looked at their place on 64.
No, but that was the one that they were going to move into.
That got
I
taken.
even told you about it. I was like, hey, remember that place where you had like that cookbook book club or
It was
something?
not Cookbook Book Club.
Book club.
No, it was Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if we
Stranger-giving.
mentioned this on the podcast, but he drops me off at this apartment. It was a Friendsgiving that was Sex in the City themed. This is like a party I went to around Thanksgiving time last year. And I was not pregnant yet, thank goodness. But I'm in stilettos because it's a Sex in the City themed. And he goes, I was here when they were building these buildings. There's no elevators. Okay. These bitches live on the 4th fucking story. And you were like, yeah, here, hun, I'll drop you off at the stairwell right here. These buildings don't have elevators. I hiked up 8 flights of stairs only to pop out of the stairwell shaft across from an elevator. And I was like profusely sweating with my freaking extensions in my hair. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean,
I didn't know.
I'm like, he screwed me on that one. If you were a fly on the wall at the top of those stairs.
Yeah. You
I
said
was like-
something about me up there?
Oh, I was just like, unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it.
I'm sorry.
Then I told everyone in the
I
party.
didn't do that on purpose or anything like that.
Trust me, I get enough steps in.
I mean, your list that you created for this thing is,
Well, that
is
was-
absolutely huge.
That was the rat attack at the lake that we were just referring to. And
Yeah.
so that came and went, which was like, thank goodness. And then after that, I was going to just try to make a nice dinner for Bree and Caleb. It's so funny.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't like a nice dinner. I was just trying to make a dinner.
I'm thinking of something totally different. So, like,
What? Me hiking up 8 flights of stairs?
No, I'm thinking of Disney and how, like,
What are you doing?
I'm thinking of Ratatouille and how there's these people that have like this little teeny rat that clips onto their shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And then in my mind, I thought, well, what if I got that and I put it on my shirt and pretended I didn't know it was there, and then you saw it on me in the place, and then I saw you screaming, and so I literally been playing all this in my mind just now.
Oh my gosh.
And that's I'm laughing at my own little story in my
Nice.
head.
Don't go buy yourself a Ratatouille. It's probably $50 for a reaction you wouldn't
Oh my
get.
gosh, no! First of all, I totally get it, and I would never pay. And first of all,
Ratatouille
it 100%
might be a nice.
is.
We're trying to find unscary movies. Like Abigail doesn't watch TV at all, but we're starting to introduce movies. Maybe she'd like Ratatouille.
She loves Ratatouille.
You've already watched it? What's wrong with you?
We've watched like 30 movies.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
I do not turn the TV on for her. You showed up at home last night. She gave you a hug. She said, Dad. And then she pointed up at the TV and said, tea. And I was like, really?
No, she was pointing to the fridge for tea.
No,
like
she wasn't.
Tea,
She
iced
does.
tea.
She says that too.
Iced tea.
No, she pointed straight to the TV.
We do cartoon Saturdays. That's what I had as a
Turned
kid
into a
growing
lot
up.
more. Anyway,
No, you actually been more like, hey, let's
No.
just break out the TV tonight.
at 2 in the morning.
Let's calm down.
I'm
Let's get her calmed down.
desperate.
I know.
No, all is well. But we went to make dinner for Bree and Caleb the night that they came to the lake.
Yeah,
and
it's delicious.
I didn't know what time they were going to get there, so I was just going to do like spaghetti and meatballs. And what?
Nothing.
What is so funny?
I'm just imagining holding the pot where you burned. So so we have 2 drying racks, like the
pads.
drying pads. They're drying
Just
pads.
the dish pads,
So
yeah.
we have 2 at the lake, which is nice. We only ever use one. The first one
Had a dead rat
had a dead
on
rat
it.
on it.
So
That's
was gone.
Then you set this
The second one was on the counter.
crock pot
Because, okay,
on it,
I was cooking.
and then you hold it up. You're like, I don't know what to do, and it's melting to the bottom of your crock pot.
It had already, okay, for the record, Bree helped me. You just stood there like, what did you do? Anyway, so
because it was funny. I was
Yeah.
like, what did you do? Like, why would you do that?
Okay, I was cooking spaghetti and meatballs, and I made homemade meatballs, and they were simmering in the sauce, okay?
You had the wrong stove on.
They were meant to
Again,
simmer.
Everything stems from the rat.
The rat attack. I was
All
all
kinds
off
of little
my
teeny
game.
things happen in our
I
game.
feel like Caleb is bad dinner luck for me because I actually had undercooked pork for him when they came to Laurel Brock, and this time it was the great spaghetti fiasco of the lake, and
the spaghetti was delicious.
we threw away a pot,
Yeah, I mean,
which
it cost
has
us
never happened
$50
before.
extra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I tried cleaning it, by the way. I did try to clean the bottom. I
he
got
wanted
the bottom
to keep
really
it.
good.
I was done.
The inside.
But let me
was
tell everyone
beyond-
what happened.
beyond
So
repair.
you're only supposed to simmer the meatballs. And I'm like, I feel like our stove has a mind of its own. I keep turning this burner down, This pot of sauce is like, it's red sauce. It's everywhere. Like we
Yeah,
just
it's like
had the
volcano.
cleaners come that
It's like-
morning. And it's like the
big
sauce
bubbles.
is like burning on the bottom of the pan. I'm like,
Yeah.
my meatballs. Like I was so worried.
Say that again.
My meatballs. So
Okay. That wasn't the same as the first time.
not even close.
No, you're like, my meatballs.
The meatballs. So anyway, I keep turning it down. Well, it won't turn down. And finally, I'm like, F this. I got to get this pot off the stove. I can't keep splashing myself with boiling hot. And this was your fault, to be honest. We woke up that morning and he looks at me and he goes, keep Abigail away from the kitchen when you cook your spaghetti and meatballs tonight. I had a really bad dream.
I did. But it was more about the scalding boiling water.
Well, your dream was a little off, okay? Because it was me getting burned, not Abigail, and it was the sauce, not the water.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be the water. So I'm all flipped out because
Well,
I'm like,
I never actually saw anything bad happen to her. So it could have been you.
It was me.
I saw something bad happening in my dream. And I woke up and I told you, hey, could you do me a favor and
keep
just
Abigail out of the
Abigail
kitchen
out of the
tonight,
kitchen
which
tonight.
was a good idea. And then when it was happening, I was like, what is up with this man and
And you
his
asked
magical
me.
dreams? Because it's
Yeah.
happening and I couldn't
Well, because
stop it
I have been known
to see the future.
to see
So,
things.
well, and then I'm all freaked out. So your dream freaked me out because you did say you were worried about Abigail. So
And I only
the
tell you things when
the kitchen's in chaos, and I'm like, keep the child out of here. He said we're burning it down tonight, and so anyway, I'm like freaking out. So I take the pan off the stove because it won't calm down, and I put it on the dish pad. Because they're
Which
not the
goes
counters in
on
there.
fire.
We need not light on fire. Thank
melted.
God. So we need to get new counters in there. Right now, we don't have granite or anything because otherwise, you could just put a hot pan right down on the granite. But we were. There was a dish pad, and we don't really have that many great hot pads. So I was like, "This works." And anyway, it was like plastic. And so when I lifted it up to put it back on the stove, the thing's just like literally
Melted.
stuck
Yeah,
to it. It
it's
comes
insane.
up with it. So Bree grabs it to take it off, but it's like ripping. Like the whole thing has a hole in it.
Since you have totally taken over today's podcast.
I
with
didn't take
food
over.
Well, I was actually thinking like
It's our life, you know.
Well, I know. And I was thinking, like, when we do the logo, if we ever redo the logo for Business and Belly Laughs, we should do business in, like, little teeny small letters and then Belly Laughs, like, really big. That way we set expectations. Because, like, you and I was talking this other day, I was like,
All
you know
of
what?
this is
I could
business.
literally just talk about, like, Summer House and Bravo shows for the podcast.
Wow. And I already gave my Summer House like recap, but boy, we could talk about Summer House
I could
almost
totally
every
do that.
single episode
But
with what the
there's
new
one
updates
thing
are.
that I do want to hit on the list before we hit out of time today, and that is I want to talk about ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yes.
Oh.
One, I want to talk about how
our
you
time's gone. Well, hold on. Just before we move to the ice cream, there was some more unfortunate events.
Are we checking phones right now?
Pepper was well, I was looking at the time because I need to leave in 15 minutes. But
Oh, okay.
Pepper came home from the lake after the smelly rat attack. We've also still had
Yes,
our child
vomit,
not sleeping.
throw up
She
everywhere.
ate something at the lake, and we had like
So we've been up for that
a
too.
diarrhea massacre, giving the dog a bath,
I was going to
towels
skip
everywhere.
that so that people listening didn't have to like go through that too.
Right, especially before we talk about ice cream. It's
Exactly.
probably a really bad
Yeah.
transition.
I want to talk about how you threw away my ice cream.
I did throw away your ice cream, but you had ample amount of time.
Ice cream does not go by the expiration date.
Yes, it does.
It's in the freezer. It's
It doesn't
frozen.
matter. Doesn't matter.
It's only bad if you let it thaw out.
No.
Okay.
Okay, first
Now-
of all, if you look at the expiration date on an ice cream, it's like a year later. And he bought this ice cream, never opened it.
Which means it can last even longer.
No, I then opened it because I was like, this is ridiculous.
Okay. So you open okay. First
You
of
knew
all,
it was
we
open.
have a rule. We have
First
a
of all,
rule
I never eat
in our
anything sweet.
family.
I'm not interested in sweets. I'm
We
not
can
interested
eat
in
whatever's
chocolate.
in the house, except for
Each other's ice creams?
yes, there are certain things that we buy that is that person's.
I don't eat your chocolate covered almonds.
There you go. You can have some of my chocolate ramen.
My mom opened them the other day.
Oh, did she? I knew
On Easter or something. I was like, you go for it.
No, I don't mind.
And then you don't eat my cookies. But again, you
I
guys,
don't eat
this
your
baby's
cookies.
giving me a sweet tooth. I have never liked sweet food. Like, I'm more likely to have a bag of potato chips
but
in the
let's
house.
talk about the ice cream. So you get some ice cream from the store.
So his
You
ice
threw
cream
away,
gets thrown
So
away.
you threw away mine.
Yeah.
And then you had another one.
I bought Moose Tracks because that's really delicious.
And when you got the ice cream home, you noticed that there was a puncture on the side of the container
It was
into the ice
concerning.
cream.
I had already eaten some.
And so you decided on your own, I'm going to eat around. So I'm going to eat everything around the section of where the ice
Because
cream
it
is
is
touching
frozen.
from where, because it's frozen and it's fine.
Right.
So you eat everything around it. So imagine like a kidney bean shaped eat out of the middle of the thing.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like
left the
a little
area.
corner.
Right.
So then last night
Because
or the night before,
I thought maybe
you're like, hey, I almost woke you up last night.
no. So we woke up. Abigail was up from midnight to 4 a.m. Okay. I
Yeah.
did like midnight to 2. You did 2 to 4.
Yes.
And then at 5 a.m. is when we woke up to Pepper's mess in the entire house. So we got literally zero sleep.
Zero sleep.
And so I told you yesterday, I said, by the way, you should be very thankful that you got as much sleep as you did because you almost got less.
Right.
And you were like, what are you talking
I'm
about?
like, share.
And I
Share.
said, well, I ate around the cyanide injected puncture wound in my ice cream because I was worried, that there was.
It's like, I'll just eat around the cyanide.
Yeah,
puncture.
because I was fine. And I thought, well, if someone injected it with something deadly, it couldn't travel that
through the
far
ice
through
cream,
frozen
it would be
ice cream.
frozen on the edge.
For at least an inch or two. That's what I left,
Right.
So
but
I
you
wasn't
decided
worried
to
about
eat the rest.
That's all that was in the house. And I'm pregnant and wanted ice cream. And so, yes.
So you ate the cyanide laced ice
I
cream.
did, and immediately
Started feeling symptoms.
regretted it and thought my death
you're
was
gonna die.
impending. And so I almost went upstairs to wake you up to tell you I was very short of breath. I'm serious, but I knew you'd have this reaction, and I thought you're gonna be so mad at me for waking you
We're
up.
at the point now where I can just look at you and be like, go to bed.
Yes.
You're like, why do you care? I'm going to die.
And exactly.
I'm like, you're not going to die. You're fine.
And this is the whole conversation that
And
I
then
was having
then
with
I make
myself.
up something and be like, hey, can you touch your ring finger to your thumb? You'd be like, yeah, I can. Okay, then you're fine. If you couldn't do that, that would mean that you had cyanide poisoning.
Anyway, I was very concerned.
And you would believe me.
I would. But I wanted to tell you about it. And I was like, okay, I set a timer for 20 minutes. And I was like, if I'm still alive in 20 minutes, I should be okay. I don't know how long these things take to impact you. And so I'm sitting there just I'm doing like Lamaze breathing. Like I was freaking out. But then Abigail woke up and started crying. And so I was distracted. And it turns out I didn't die.
You didn't die.
No.
I know.
No.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. So I was but I do need new ice cream.
I think it would have been funnier like if you could have like shot some video and like almost made like a story and be like, hey guys, I'm up late. I didn't eat around this.
Well, if
ice
I was an
cream 'cause of here."
influencer and people
And
followed
then
along
after-
every moment of my life, but I can't do that.
And then a little later, you're like, okay, I ate the thing that I think there's cyanide in. I'm sweating, even though I ate ice cream. So like,
no, I was concerned.
that would have been a hilarious story.
I was really
I could have watched
concerned.
that over and over again.
And here's the thing: when I first took the top off of the ice cream, usually it's like perfectly fresh.
Yeah.
And there was this tiny sheen of like ice.
Of blackness.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was a lot.
Of this acid
Oh
looking
my gosh.
stuff.
We didn't even talk. There's some other things that had happened in the
No.
meantime, but
No.
yeah, they're not nearly as important. Just
No.
that was the business portion. Look, you skipped over business. We packed baskets. My dad came and helped me.
Oh gosh. Thank goodness we have party tools. And
Number one
tables.
employee. Yes. So one of our clients wanted some gift baskets packed for their clients. And so I offered to do it like in a weekend's time. And you have 100. What was that? He just yawned.
You did like something and made me yawn.
I didn't spoke.
No, you did like a mouth like,
I didn't do anything.
it triggered me. So you're
Anyway, we had to pack all these baskets for clients, and it got down to the wire. My dad and I had a daddy-daughter dinner planned, and I was like, what if instead of dinner, You
We
came
made
over
baskets together.
for 3 hours.
And he's awesome. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
He loved it. And we went to dinner too. So it was a great night.
And you brought home like this most amazing pizza slice, this brisket pizza.
So we did. We went to this place downtown.
Pazzo.
Pazzo on Orange. And they have a braised beef short rib pizza with caramelized onions. And instead of like a pizza, it sounded great. And we were
Instead
like,
of
we
a
got to
pizza
try
sauce,
it.
it's like a gravy.
It's like a gravy.
It was probably one of the best.
It was surprising.
Actually, I will tell you, it was the best
alternative
pizza I've ever had.
Probably. And the crust is delicious. It's a little Italian family, authentic food, like very good.
When you say little Italian, you mean by number of people or shortness?
I don't know either. I just used the word little, but they are an Italian family.
It could be big.
Most Italians, even though it's pasta and pizza, are not that big.
No, but
if you've ever been to Italy, they're like gorgeous, skinny people.
Really?
Yeah, the gluten's different over there.
That's why you're part Italian.
Oh, hon. We should end it there.
Yeah. No. Let's do that.
No. Yeah, but no, the pizza is
everyone.
amazing. We've had their other pizza. It's good, but not nearly as good as the braised beef.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Nice.
I heard bleeping.
Oh, is that... There you go.
And cut.
And record now.
I didn't hear any beeping.
Oh, really?
See you guys later. Yeah. Have a great one.
Yeah. Until next week. Right to.